guys, let me tell you, this whole saga moved from soup, stew, now it's broth. And Shaffie Weru, at this point, I think he was like, listen to me, I'm not your mate. You will not embarrass me the way you are trying to embarrass me. And currently, he issued a demand letter to Radio Africa Group, and he is saying that if whatever I'm demanding is not given, and he's demanding 21 million Kenya shillings for what he terms as unfair dismissal from his employer side after giving his services for 18 years straight up. This is how you repay me. I beg, it will not go down like this. So, let's get started.
The report card.
Here we go!
Home of Entertainment Henny.
What's up, report card reader? How you doing? Welcome back to the home of entertainment commentary. Mkabrichi Lugo is my name. This is, of course, the report card. Sub on YouTube, follow on Instagram. So, just as I said, now, you know what? The past week was crazy because these events happened within, I think, a span of 3 days. It was Akina Shaffie Weru talking about Eunice, then to that outcry, to them being told to apologize. Then a few seconds later, they've been dismissed. And that letter, by the way, the letter stated that these guys have been terminated, was put up late at night. If any of you really remember how these events unfolded. So now Shaffie Weru is like, I sort of feel like maybe Nev and Joe, at this point, to them, it's always that criteria of first in, first out. So even when they tabulate their entire work period, the money that they're supposed to be asking to be compensated, probably it will just be like in lieu of notice, but the money they would be compensated would not be half as hefty as what Shaffie Weru owes, or as half as hefty as what is owed to Shaffie Weru by the Radio Africa Group. So Shaffie says that, this was just malice. He's saying that I sort of suspect that these guys dismissed me the way they did to avoid paying me what they owe me. So he wrote this letter, and I'm going to read it to you in bits, because the things are really, the wordings are really small. So let's just go through it, Babeba, very fast.
So in this demand letter that Shaffie Weru wrote to Radio Africa Group, it is dated 30th March 2021, and it was written by MMA advocates on behalf of Shaffie Weru, and it says, unfair and unlawful termination of the employment service of Shaffie Weru, our client. Our client was gainfully employed by your company, Radio Africa Limited, and has diligently worked for your said company for over 18 years now. Throughout the said employment period, our client held various positions within the company and on other radio platforms owned by yourselves. So moving straight to point 4. It says on the 26th of March 2021, our client was shocked to receive a letter from yourself suspending him from employment for allegedly making inappropriate and insensitive comments during the Homeboys Radio Morning Show of 25th March 2021. In your said letter, you inter alia informed our client that the suspension was for purposes of paving way for investigations, and that your findings will be communicated to our client before or on 8th April 2021. And then you proceeded to place our client on half salary during the purported suspension period. Point number 5, on 27th March 2021 at 11 hours, well past working hours, our client received calls and screenshots from friends alerting him of a letter circulating on several social media platforms purportedly communicating your decision to terminate his employment service based on allegations of inappropriate and insensitive comments on the morning show of 24th March 2021. Then point 6 says, indeed and shockingly so, for said termination of our client's employment service via social media was confirmed to our client when he checked his WhatsApp message on the morning of 27th March 2021. And so the same letter circulating on social media forwarded to him by yourselves at 11 p.m. on 26th March 2021. In effect, our client was suspended on 26th March during the day and terminated on the same day at 11 p.m. via a letter dated 27th March 2021. Your suspension letter dated 26th March 2021 refers to inappropriate and insensitive comments allegedly made on 25th March 2021, while your summary dismissal letter refers to inappropriate and insensitive comments made on 24th March 2021. Our client is still lost and confused as to the exact comments you allude to. Then I'm going to fast forward this and go to the last bit, which the demand. So MMA advocates are demanding this on behalf of Shaffie Weru from Radio Africa Group. They're saying, in the premise of our instructions to demand, which we hereby do, for admission of liability for violation of the constitutional rights of our client, whereupon we shall communicate damages and payment of all his entitlements, including but not limited to his full salary and allowances as follows. 1 month's salary in lieu of notice, 682,500 Kenya shillings. That's his salo, so he needs to be paid at least 1 month, before the unfair dismissal, and then he's saying 12 months salary for unfair termination. This is amounting to 8.1 million, and then gratuity 1 month for every year of service. This is roughly 12 million. And then in totality, we are looking at roughly 21 million Kenya shillings. So our client reserves the right to sue for defamation, violation of his constitutional rights, unfair termination of employment, and the attendant benefit and penalties there to take notice if our client's demands are not met within the next 7 days hereof. That is by 6th April. We have firm and unequivocal instructions to institute appropriate legal action against you at your own risk as to costs and other legal consequences thereon.